Now, just to preface, this is the no spoiler version of the video. So if you haven't watched the movie or you're planning to watch it, stay here. But if you have watched the movie or you've already been spoiled, like, well, I was a few times, then move over to my spoiler discussion video, which will either be in the iCard at the top right or in the description of the video, depending what I remember to do. Anyways, enjoy the video. Okay, so the JJK Extinction movie, sorry, has just released December 4th, and I waited a few days just to, because I didn't have time, I have work, and then person I was going with had work, so we didn't really have time to watch it on opening night. But we actually went to watch it on the 6th, so that was the Sunday, so yesterday. And I have a few mixed feelings about it, to be honest, which, well, I'll be talking about it more so in the spoiler discussion rather than the no spoiler, because, again, you can't really speak about spoilers in the no spoiler discussion. But, yeah, we'll get into the sort of like background and the overview of what the movie is and what I think whether you should watch it or not, just based on the overview. Okay, now, the JJK Extinction movie is, at its core, both a recap movie as well as a bridge to begin the Season three's arc, which is the Culling Games. The plot focuses on Yuji, obviously, but specifically his guilt and trauma over the Shibuya incident. It also has Yuta, whose goal is to carry out Yuji's execution, because, well, at this point, Yuji is deemed a major threat to the world. The movie also sets up new storylines, including the power struggle within the Zenin clan after the death of... what's his name? Naobito? I suck at pronunciation. But, so, his death, and Naoya Zenin vying for leadership, setting up some clashes that we will see on screen. There were a few fights, which I think we've seen in the trailers, but yeah, those were alright. Now, I will say, without going into spoilers, I honestly didn't really enjoy it. I've only caught up with the anime, which I've watched like an entire week before the movie came out. But my sister has been a part of the fandom for a year and a bit at this point. But we honestly had the same reaction, which was pretty much like, what the fuck is happening? In my opinion, I think that the recap portion of the film took too long, and that the episode portion of the new season was cut in weird places. Like, I could tell when the episodes ended, or when they began, and it was just a weird cutting situation. I will say though, animation-wise, I really enjoyed it. Because I'm comparing this between what they showed about like season 2 with Shibuya. You had, I think they added a few more scenes of Sukuna versus Mahoraga, because I couldn't remember for the life of me what that fight, like everything that went on in that fight, because I feel like there were a few new things that they added. But you've got that, and then after that, oh, sorry, that was not really a spoiler, but that should be fine. But the animation was like, I mean, it's a movie theater, so it's obviously higher quality, but the newer episodes, I really enjoyed what they did with the animation. I really liked it. Music, that was, or not music, but the OST that they played, that was really good. The fights, I'll say, I did enjoy some of the fights, not a whole lot of them, but I'll say like 50-50, I really enjoyed it. But, yeah, some of the way I want to explain this without spoilers, some of the dialogue portions, like exposition portions of the main movie, not the recap, the main movie, it didn't feel rushed, it just felt out of place. I don't know why. Like, I know they had to shoehorn, like, I think I'm going to say 3 episodes into that window of the release, but I just thought that it was a bit out of place, a bit chopped up, because there wasn't a lot of breathing room between speaking. But, other than that, that's pretty much the entire movie I can talk about without spoilers, because, this is the non-spoiler version. But I would say, in my honest opinion, I would not, if I was like solid, if I knew what was going on in the movie, I don't think I would have gone to watch it, because there was, it was, I'll just say this now because this isn't a spoiler. Though it was basically half and half of recap, and then the other half was just the new stuff. But I genuinely felt like when I got out of the theater, or like when the movie ended and I was sitting in my seat, I looked at the time because it was only like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. But I was looking at my watch and I was like, bloody hell, I thought it was longer, because I felt like I'd aged. Genuinely, I felt like I'd aged after watching it, just because I was sitting there and it felt like I sat there for so long. Anyways, this was only a short explanation because, again, most of my topic is going to be into the spoiler discussion. But yeah, if you guys have watched it, again, you can just go into my spoiler discussion. But if you haven't watched it, I wouldn't necessarily say that you should watch it, because realistically it's a 45-minute recap, and then I think like the other 45 minutes is just the release of season 3, which I essentially wouldn't say it's worth it, because the recap is just spliced together moments of season 2, and then season 3 section isn't. I'll just say I wouldn't watch it in theaters if I had like if God gave me another chance. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's basically all I have to say about the no spoiler discussion. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.